We begin tonight on Woodward Avenue for a celebrated blast from the past. Good evening and thank you for joining us for the news at 11. I'm Mike Duffy. Now this is the weekend that attracts car lovers from the U.S. and beyond to Metro Detroit.
3, 2, 1.
A ribbon cutting in Ferndale tonight kicked off the festivities for the 2023 Woodward Dream Cruise. People also lined the streets of Berkeley for a parade of the classics that put the Motor City on the map. 7 Action News reporter Brett Cast is out on Woodward tonight with the stories from memory lane. Brett?
Well, things are wrapping up for the night, but the Dream Cruise is now underway with plenty of cars, car lovers, and lots of stories to be shared.
One weekend every year, one of the most storied roads in America becomes a showcase of classics. Each car represents a chapter in Motor City history with a personal account behind every wheel. Behind the wheel of this 1979 Chevy Camaro is Mike Cutere of Northville. But 40 years earlier, he was a passenger with his dad in the front seat.
This was the first vehicle that I would sit where you're sitting right now and actually shift the car for him.
His father, Ken, bought the car new and drove it every day. Years later, instead of selling it, Ken and Mike decided to make it a hot rod.
We put the car together, and then it wasn't fast enough, so we had to put something bigger in it, and something bigger in it.
But eventually, Mike moved and life got in the way. The car sat idle for nearly 20 years, until last summer, with the help of family and friends, he finished the project, in time to give his dad one last ride before he passed away.
What was that like?
Awesome. Absolutely amazing. It was a beautiful time.
425. Buick Nailhead.
Something about cars often leads to father-son connections. Decades ago, Frank Fontaine was at Henry Ford Museum with his dad when he saw an old Buick Riviera, a car his dad knew about.
My dad and my mom wanted to buy one, but they couldn't afford it.
Fast forward a few years after his father had passed, Frank was looking for a classic car when he came across this 1964 Buick Riviera. It reminded him of his dad and still does today.
Do you think of your dad when you think of anything in this car? Is that something you're connected to?
Oh yeah. Yep.
What are you doing right now?
I'm taking a ride in it.
With Mike's son now the passenger, the father-son connection to this Camaro only grows deeper as generations of cars connect generations of people, all with a story to tell.
When I was out here last year for the first time, I met Jay Leno. He made the comment that in California, you know, he knows a dozen guys that all own 100 cars. And here, it's hundreds of people that all own one car, and every car has a story with it. And that's my story.
And of course, things are wrapping up now, but the Dream Cruise will continue tomorrow. In Berkeley, I'm Brett Cast, 7 Action News.
All right, Brett, Jay Leno really summing it all up. And we are dreaming, hoping for some fantastic cruising weather. 7 Chief Meteorologist Dave Rexroth joining us. Dave, can you deliver on that?
It's going to be fantastic. I thought today was great. Some people said a little too much wind, a little too cool. We were supposed to be at 81, that's the average high. We only did 74. Now the wind was gusting to around 30. We'll get less wind tomorrow, 5 to 10, maybe to 15. So cut the wind in half, and we keep the sunshine, get up to 79. That is absolute perfection. So it is a dreamy day to be cruising tomorrow. The weekend stays dry. We're dry for days. The warm-up starts on Sunday after we're done cruising tomorrow. Show you how high we get and how long we stay there coming up.
All right, thank you, Dave. And we are putting you in the driver's seat for our primetime Woodward Dream Cruise special. It airs tomorrow from 7 to 9 p.m. only on 7. You can also catch an encore presentation Sunday at 10 a.m. right here on 7.